You cannot rest. You cannot take a moment. You have to go, 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 go. Always have a project, always have a task, always have a mission to move towards. And perhaps you've done it for so long that you are almost now even unaware of what is motivating this behavior. And in fact, you feel it is overtaking you, controlling you. That if you decide to sit and rest, unpleasant feelings, thoughts, and images start creeping in. You maybe get a sense of anxiety and this jitteriness that you have to get up and do something. If this is you, I'm going to share with you a metaphor that can hopefully really illustrate what's going on and give you maybe a perspective that you can sit and reflect with that perhaps can move you in a direction that can actually give you some peace, integration, harmony from within. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you again. It's always an honor to see you guys come back, watch videos, comment. I'm truly grateful for your support. If you are new to the channel, my name is Estefan, and I help guide and mentor individuals going through identity loss and to move towards a life of ego-soul integration that's going to bring you purpose and peace into your life. The metaphor is going to start like this. I want you right now to picture a stage, a theater. You have the stage where the actor performs, and you have backstage, which is the crew. I want you to think of the stage, the center, the front, and the backstage, as your psyche. It encompasses everything, your conscious awareness, your unconscious awareness. That doesn't make sense. Your conscious awareness and your unconscious, completely, that is your whole being. On that stage is you. And let's represent that as the ego, the I, the you that knows you're you, that knows you're right now living, watching this video. And the audience, the people sitting and watching, is the outer world. Peers, family, celebrities, athletes, people you admire, you dislike, they're all there. And people come and go and shift, right? And on that stage, while you are performing, you have an earpiece. And that earpiece is connected to the crew backstage. Now, while you're on this stage, what are you going to be doing? You're going to perform. And you have a particular image you want to portray to the world. Maybe you want to come off as funny. Maybe you want to come off as calm. Maybe you want to come off as very smart or ambitious. Whatever your flavor and combination is. Now, while you are performing and trying to come across as something to somebody, I'm not saying this from a place of fakery, but we all do this. And we all do it to some degree to avoid pain, to bring forward a different life, something that you wish people to see in you that you have, but you maybe don't know how to integrate it into your life. So you find that if you perform it, maybe you can land there. Fake it till you make it sort of approach. But deep down, there's a part of you that knows it's not really congruent to who you really are, and you are seeking validation, approval, and love and attention from maybe people that you don't really care about. You only need it from a set few. But I digress. I'm getting a little too off track here. That earpiece, every once in a while you're performing, you're going to get direction. That's going to say, the people watching on this side of the room are criticizing you. You're not moving the right way. You're carrying yourself like you're weak. And they're judging you. And so what happens? You take in that information, you say, all right, let's figure something out here. Maybe you change the way you walk when they're around and when that particular audience is watching you. And then again, as you're performing, you get another direction that says, ooh, those people over there, your parents, they're thinking you're lazy. And they're thinking that all you're doing is just laying around doing nothing, making nothing of your life. So look busy. And so all of a sudden, you go, oh no, well, I don't want to look I don't want to look lazy. It's just that's not what I want to be. No, that's shameful. I can't do that. Okay. And so you start becoming busy. You'll start manufacturing things to do that you don't have to do. But if it fills out your day, then you can satisfy the calling. Imagine living your life. And this is sort of to conclude the metaphor. Imagine living your life never knowing who or what is directing you behind stage, behind that curtain. Behind that curtain, if you remember, was the unconscious. Who is directing you? Who is telling you what to say, think, and do? And what would your life look like if you knew who it was? The crew backstage are the memories, the traumas, the pains that morph and conglomerate themselves into a complex that has in and of itself a personality, a desire to manifest its wishes and its pain to protect you onto the world. If you've grown up abandoned emotionally, and you crave this attention, you crave someone to just, not to just love you because you perform well, or you sing well, or you're organized, or you're on time, but you want someone to accept and love you for just you. Your presence alone is enough with these people, your family, friends, whoever that you need it from. And let's say you didn't have that. So when you don't have that, it craves it. And when it craves it bad enough, it will breach into your ego, to the earpiece, and say, if you do not perform, if you do not look busy, if you do not show how productive you are not going to win the approval of these individuals. Or if you are productive enough, then you will earn the love from these individuals. If I sacrifice my time enough, maybe then I'll be worthy. Or maybe then I'll have meaning and I'll stumble upon my purpose. There's a story arc there. Your objective as the ego is to stop, walk behind, backstage, and see who's there. What personalities are there? What complexes are there? Perhaps it's the wounded hero that needs to, this is me speaking archetypally now. Maybe there's the wounded hero that needs to constantly put himself in danger to show his worth and show his bravery or her bravery. Maybe it's also the martyr, someone who needs to sacrifice themselves all the time, put themselves last. Not out of courage, but let people do what they need to do, give them all your time, and then maybe they'll admire you, and they'll welcome you, and they'll invite you. When you understand what is controlling backstage, that doesn't get rid of them. What it does is it integrates them into your conscious awareness so that when you are on stage and you hear that earpiece say, those individuals are mocking you, your ego in all its might can look and think and say, well, I don't believe I need it from these people. Or we are misreading this moment. I don't need their approval today. In fact, I only would love it from my family. And if that's the case, I want to present to them the scenario that I'm in and the place that I am in. You can use that complex as power, as force. If you integrate it, it doesn't go away, but it becomes your asset. It becomes something that can help you, and you can channel its desire, its power to elevate your life versus subtracting from it and living in fear, living in anxiety, living in this perpetual race to always do something, that you'll be able to take a breath and to say, we don't need to rush right now. I understand what you're wanting me to do. I get that you want me to keep adding in tasks, but that is not going to get me what I need. That is only going to further snowball this problem. We need to take a step back. I hope this metaphor gave you some perspective. Perhaps you have to sit with it for a little bit. It's something that I was thinking about for the last week, and I was really excited to share it with you, and really hope that it gave you maybe some perspective, some sort of insight. Even if it helps you 1%, then I did my mission for the day. And if you resonated deeply with this and you want to be closer to my community beyond YouTube, click the button below, head over to my website, sign up to my newsletter and my monthly newsletter, and also send you my 3-step identity rebuilding guide as a toolkit that you can use during your time of identity loss, and in order to move towards a life of ego-soul integration where you no longer have the backstage crew controlling and dictating which direction to go because you're unaware of them, but instead moving towards a place where you're aware of them and you bring them forward onto your table. That way you can work together with them, and so they can have less control over your life. And if you want to watch more of my videos, click here or here for more. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video.